VERU, oh my goodness, what a move it has made today. So up 52.56% during the trading hours, and then another 16.55% in the after hours, and it's sitting at $11.30 right now. But the big question is there going to be a continuation? Is there going to be a continuation tomorrow? And if we do see a continuation, how high can this thing go? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. And then I've got something very special for you guys lined up, because we're going to be talking about my trade from yesterday, which I'm going to update you guys on. As you saw yesterday, I was able to make over 900% and take it off the table. Today, I was able to milk it just a little bit more. So in this video, we're going to be talking about VERU. We're going to be talking a little bit about what it is, what the company does, what the catalysts are behind these moves. We're going to talk about the price action and whether we expect a continuation. And then we're going to wrap it up talking about where we think, or where I think, it may go. And we're going to be starting right now. Hey, what's going on? It's Pat from Top Ticker Trades. If you're new here and you want to learn how to use stocks and options to make your portfolio go parabolic, make sure you start now by subscribing and tapping that bell so you never miss an upload. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about VERU, and we're going to start off talking a little bit about what the company is and what it does. I want to get right into it, ladies and gentlemen, but before I do, I would like to ask you to please consider giving this video an early thumbs up, as it greatly, and I can't stress that enough, helps to support this channel. I put a lot of time and effort into each video so that we could all make money from the market together. And if you're not part of the family yet, I want you to join my family. We're growing fast, both as a community and financially by the day. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to tap that bell so you have access to videos as soon as they come out. And now let's get right to it. So first of all, what you guys need to know is that this is a small cap and extremely volatile company with a market cap of around $444 million. Of course, it's a biotech, and biotechs by nature are volatile, which adds to the volatility of an already volatile stock. Now, with this huge move that this company just made, guess what? That adds even more volatility to an already volatile stock. But I'm sure that you guys already knew that, and I don't have to tell you to trade carefully. So what exactly is this company? Well, it's a biotech company developing novel medication for breast and prostate cancer. It's composed of two divisions, oncology and sexual health division. Now, if we take a look at the company's pipeline, we can most certainly see a lot of potential in their candidates. So let's take a look at VERU 111, which the company is developing for the treatment of prostate cancer, and it also has the ability to potentially treat the virus whose name I can't say right now. And then they've got VERU 100, which is an advanced prostate cancer treatment. And last but not least, we've got zolcomifene citrate, which is a non-steroidal estrogen receptor agonist used to treat hot flashes caused by prostate cancer hormone therapy. So what are some of the catalysts for this company? Well, recently, VERU announced that it has exclusively licensed worldwide rights to enobosarm, which is a late-stage oral novel androgen receptor targeting agent for the treatment of endocrine-resistant ER and HER2 metastatic breast cancer, with 1 in every 8 women expected to develop invasive breast cancer in their lifetime. This is huge for VERU and could potentially cause the shares to explode. But I will say this news has more than likely already been priced in, as this was yesterday's news. So today the stock ran up again, and there's a very good reason, because we got even more news today that I'm about to have to share with you. But first, we're going to take a look at the company's financials. So VERU's net revenues are up 34% from last year, and prescription sales are up 93%. The company's gross profit rose by 42%, and the company reported a net loss of $11.8 million, which came in substantially wider than estimated due to a $14.1 million impairment change related to intangible assets. Now, Veru had $13.6 million in cash at the end of the quarter, and is estimated that the company's pro forma cash position is $28 million, which could support operations through fiscal year 2022. So what exactly were the catalysts behind these big moves that we've been seeing out of Veru lately? Well, I suppose we should start with the move that we saw on Friday. So apparently, the company, Veru, was invited to the 2020 San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium, at which they delivered a presentation. The company's Phase 2 multi-center international clinical study was selected to be the spotlight presentation, and we did see a lot of volatility coming into the presentation time, which was around 2:15 p.m. Eastern. And what we essentially saw, and I remember this well because I was actually trading Veru at the time, was an anticipatory run into this presentation. So right at around 2:15 p.m. Eastern, the shares started dropping off, and there was a significant drop, and then later on they recovered. So if you watched yesterday's video on Veru, you already know that I was expecting this to be a buy the rumor and sell the news event, which is how it kind of took place, and that's why we saw that sell-off before we even knew what the news was. But what took place at this event is essentially what changes everything. So Veru announced positive phase 2 results in both clinical phase 2 studies, and enobosarm, which is their breast cancer drug, demonstrated clinically meaningful efficacy and was very well tolerated. So based on the efficacy and safety from these two clinical studies, the FDA recently agreed to Veru's Phase 3 registration open-label randomized R-test clinical study to evaluate efficacy and safety of enobosarm 9 mg versus an active comparator. And if you don't know what all of that means, allow me to translate by saying it in English. So basically what this means is that Veru made it to the next stage, and that's all that you need to know about that. So now we can move on to the second catalyst, which had to do with Veru 111, which at the symposium, Veru announced the presentation of preclinical data demonstrating the efficacy of oral Veru 111 in the treatment of human-derived animal models of triple-negative breast cancer. So these preclinical efficacy findings, along with the dosing and safety information obtained from the prostate cancer clinical trials, provide strong support for evaluating Veru 111 in a Phase 2b clinical trial in women with metastatic triple-negative breast cancer. So the company plans to meet with the FDA in the first half of the calendar year 2021 to discuss the Phase 2b clinical trial design for possible accelerated approval for Veru 111. And our other catalysts would include analysts. So when we've got analysts on board, of course the stock is going to run up. So Yi Chan from H.C. Wainwright raised his target to $8 from $6 and gives Veru a buy rating. Then we've got Brandon Fulkus of Cantor Fitzgerald, who raises his price target from $6 to $15. And finally, analyst Kumu, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I'm just going to call him Analyst Raja. He raises his price target from $13 to $17 with a buy rating. While all of this is great for Veru, I mean, it's really great news. This is all stuff that we already knew earlier today, and some of it even yesterday. So what I want to know is what caused this after hours run. What caused VERU to run up to $11.30? Well, how about Jim Cramer? I would say that that's the catalyst that pushed VERU to $11.30. Now, if we look at the time, it was 6:56 p.m. Eastern, which is about the time when the stock started running up in the after hours. And we've got an article here from CNBC, which says VERU CEO on developing drug prostate cancer and breast cancer. So VERU CEO Michael Steiner joined Jim Cramer on Mad Money to discuss data behind the oncology biopharmaceutical company's study of novel medicines to manage prostate cancer and breast cancer. I would say that this definitely has something to do with the run-up, and who cares? All I care about is that it worked, that Jim Cramer pumped this stock, and now you guys can enjoy the fruits of his labor. But now let's talk about where this stock could potentially go. So we know that according to analysts, the high price target is $17. We've got another price target at $15, and then we've got a low target of $8. So that's all pretty darn good considering that the stock is currently at $11.30. So it's already above our low target, and it looks like it may be heading towards the mid target of $15, which would be very swell. And in this market, we know that stocks tend to run up for absolutely no reason at all. We've also seen other biotech stocks make absolutely parabolic moves. So with that being said, I would think that it would be reasonable to see VERU move up even higher, especially with Jim Cramer pumping it. But I personally, if it were me, would not be buying in at these levels, nor would I be holding right now, unless I believed in the company long term and treating it like an investment as opposed to it being just a trade. Now, with a move like this, it's bound to come down pretty hard. So sure, it may come back, at some point, but ultimately, anytime you see stocks moving up this fast, you'll see them coming down just as fast. So for many different reasons, and let me give you just a few, I personally would not continue to stay in this trade. So number one, people in this trade will want to take profits, so they're going to sell out. And number two, VERU will likely want to take advantage of the significantly higher share price, and it is significantly higher. Remember where the stock just came from, okay? Then you got to remember, or maybe you guys weren't aware, there's an S3 on file, which means that the company can pretty much do an offering at any time. You could see one tomorrow, so be aware of that. Then this stock is extremely overextended, and I believe the RSI is somewhere in the upper 90s on the daily chart. Anyhow, I think we're going to wrap it up with my options trade from last Friday that I just completely closed today. So I promised you guys I would update you, and that's what I'm going to do now. But I'm pretty much just going to run through this and show you the numbers and show you the profit, because I made a video on this yesterday that was quite lengthy. I want you guys to check it out when you do get a chance, because it explains the entire trade. And then I'm also going to do a standalone video which shows, or pretty much goes into detail on just the options trade portion of it. So I want you guys to check that out. That's going to be available maybe even around the same time that you guys watch this video, because I'm not going to release this video until tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that. But without any further ado, let's just take a look at these numbers here. So very quickly, what I did was buy the VERU $7.50 call that expires on December 18th. I bought this, I believe, on Friday. And I bought 5 calls for $5 a piece. They ended up going to around $300, well, over $300. But I didn't get to sell at $300. I sold at various different price points. So as you can see, I sold one for $100. Then I sold two more for $135 and then one for $165. Both together, that makes a $300 or two calls for $300. So that's $400 total so far. Then another one for $75. That's $475. Now, these aren't in order, so I didn't sell them in that particular order, but you guys get the picture. We're at 475 bucks, and then I sold one for 220 bucks. Now, this actually was the last call that I sold, and I sold this one today. So with the 475 that I showed you guys a second ago and this 220, that's $695 all in one trade. All I spent on this was 50 bucks. So the other video that I was telling you guys about actually has a tutorial on how to find these types of trades and how to take them. So check that out. I will have a link in the description for you guys so you can access it pretty easily. And it should also appear on my end screen. It's called turning 50 bucks into $500 because at the time that's about what I did. And then today I sold that $220 call, or the call for $220. I also used this strategy this morning on a completely different random stock, and I was able to turn $25 into roughly close to $300. I'll have to look at the calls that I sold and add them up because I don't remember exactly, but I'm also going to be making a video on that, detailing that entire trade. These are strictly day trades that I've been doing, and what I'll do is keep, one of the calls because I'll buy multiple calls. I'll pretty much sell all of them except for maybe about one on the first day, and then I'll kind of hang on to one because it's free anyways, just to see what happens. So I'm gonna make another video detailing that, like I said, and you guys are more than welcome to check out the video that I already made, and if you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. While I have you here, I wanted to quickly tell you about the brand new First Trade app, available for mobile or PC. The platform will give you access to powerful and easy to use tools and allows you to trade with less restrictions, zero commissions, zero fees, and you can use the first link in the description below to download a free stock today without having to deposit any money. This will greatly help out the channel and is always appreciated. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Congrats, ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of the video. If you like what you watched, make sure you subscribe because I put out videos just like this one every single day. And please do me a favor and smash that like button if I helped you in any way, because it really goes a long way in helping the channel out and keeps me motivated to make videos every single day. Now, there's a lot of work involved, a lot of research, and a lot of time and effort into editing and putting these out daily for you guys. You can subscribe from your screen right now, or if you want to watch one of my other videos, I'm sure YouTube has some good content picked out for you on the left-hand side of your screen now. Thanks for sticking it out with me till the end, and I will see you guys in the next video.